Good evening, bonsoir, god kväll. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sabinije von Gaffke. I'm here on behalf of Attitude Stockholm to welcome you to a lovely and glamorous evening here at Blå Hallen at the Stockholm City Hall. As many of you know, Attitude Stockholm is about lifestyle, trend, and fashion. And this year, they've decided to highlight and put focus on French fashion, the city capital of fashion, Paris. And it is, of course, a pleasure to highlight the sophistication and beauty of French fashion, but also to highlight its crown jewel, haute couture. Tonight, you will be experiencing 3 glamorous and mesmerizing fashion shows by 3 very talented and prominent fashion designers. 2 of our most prominent Swedish designers, Lars Wallin and Sjöstedt, and also our guest of honor, haute couture designer Julien Fournier. And it is a great pleasure and honor that Julien is here tonight to showcase his beautiful and very emotional fashion show. So enjoy your meal, and I will shortly be back to introduce the first fashion show of the evening. Thank you. I hope you're all enjoying your meal. I would just like to say we will start the evening with a fashion show by the talented Swedish designer Sjöstedt, who makes ready-to-wear fashion and also couture fashion. But this is her first fully fledged couture show, showing a selection of pieces from her previous collections. Ida's show is inspired by the world of fairy tale. So, ladies and gentlemen, let the show begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying yourself, enjoying the food, enjoying the show so far. It's now time for this evening's second fashion show. And this time it's the praised, acclaimed, and our very talented couture designer, Lars Wallin, who has made an innovative collection of dresses especially for tonight. So you're the first people to see this tonight. And of course, it's with a signature of Lars Wallin. It's elegant, femininity, beautiful design, but also with a little bit more edge and attitude than before. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're still enjoying the evening. It's now time for the last fashion show and the evening's grand finale with haute couture designer Julien Fournier. Now, Julien has worked with respected fashion names such as Christian Dior, Jean Galliano, Givenchy, Alexander McQueen, and Jean-Paul Gaultier, before he founded his own fashion house in 2009. And last year, he was honored by the Chambre syndicale de la haute couture, the governing body of French fashion industry, that granted Julien the member status, which allows the Julien Fournier label to bear the haute couture label. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a very distinguished honor that few designers have yet received. Now, before Julien kicks off with his magnificent fashion show, I would like to bring on stage a woman that is praised and respected as a trend analyst, writer, and fashion journalist. She also has an extensive knowledge about fashion, trends, couture, and France. Please welcome up on stage to give us an insight about the importance and heritage of haute couture, the lovely Kai Bond. Welcome, Kai.
Thank you.
Looking ravishing as always. I just thought if you could give the audience just a brief insight about the importance of haute couture.
Oh, well, it is very important. I've been at my table tonight. I've been talking about digital techniques, 3D techniques, etc. But I still believe, and not only me, because it's a culture. And I think that it's more important than ever because people tend to, and even I talk for the designers, because the new generation of designers are very keen on about handcraft and knowing how to work with material, new material, and also please and make those dreams come true that the consumer is waiting for.
And just briefly, I know we have, the whole fashion industry here, but how would you define the difference between couture and haute couture?
Oh, well, haute couture is only designers chosen by la Fédération de la Haute Couture, and which is also taking care of designers from prêt-à-porter, the ready-to-wear part, but it's a big difference, and it has to be made by hand, and everything, every part, from choosing the material or the way you manufacture the material, to the way you cut, the way you decorate, embroider, and so. It's that is the dream of haute couture.
And what do you think defines Julien Fournier? What makes him such a great and talented designer?
I think he's very exciting because, first of all, he's a passionate person. You have to be, I guess. He's young. He has a young audience. Funny enough, he surprised me by telling me that his clients are between 16 and 25 years old.
Wow.
So
From the Middle East.
I haven't seen anyone between 16 and 25 in the streets here in Stockholm dressed in Julien Fournier, but anyway, they are somewhere. And he's also very futuristic. He thinks in terms of, in a different way as well. So he's of course touching the new technology as well. Very exciting.
Thank you so much for that insight, and a round of applause for Kai Bond, please. So with his love and adoration for the female body, his sense of perfection and artistry, our honored guest and haute couture designer, Julien Fournier, will give you the grand finale with his show named First Retrospective, as it gives a retrospective look of his career as a haute couture designer so far. And with this magnificent fashion show, he will portray an enchanting and beautiful tale, illustrating and honoring the woman, her vulnerability, her strength, and her femininity. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be mesmerized. I give you Mr. Julien Fournier.